Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Frida Tate with a brand new video. As the title suggests, yes, my mother-in-law did not like me. Just for context, my husband is not the same race as I am. He's not this color, he's that color. But first, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the post notification bell so that each time I upload a brand new video, you are notified. Let's get into the video. So to give you a little bit more context, my husband and I met online. So we were just communicating online, over the phone, and video calling and all that kind of good stuff until he decided that he wanted to go to Africa to go and meet me in person. He met me and we were hitting it off, and at that time we actually got married. While all this is happening, the mother was not aware that this is actually what we've gotten into. Me coming from the culture where I come from, where like we put so much emphasis on meeting the parent, because you know that when you meet someone's parent, you meet the mother, you meet the family, you are serious kind of thing. Yeah, but I guess they come from a different culture where that is not a big thing. I don't know. I'm just saying. So I did ask my husband, like, if he has told the family, if he has told his parents. I know at this point, he had told the people that he worked with, the people that he was with in university, the sister, because he's got one sibling, the sister. He had just not told the mom that, this is what's going on. And he gave me the reasons to why he hasn't done that. And to some extent, I did understand. Didn't feel like she would understand if that he's married now, but not only married, but to a person of a different race. I relocated to Canada, but we were not living in the same city as the mother. So the mother was living like 2 hours from where we were living. That's part of the reason why she didn't find out soon enough that actually the son was married. And so on our first anniversary, I was just eating. I was like, no, you gotta tell your mom that you are married. He was hesitant to do that, but because he wanted to please me, he went ahead and called the mom. And I was there because I just wanted to see, because at this point I'm feeling like, okay, is he just hiding me that he's married? But then, like I mentioned, he had already told everybody from like his circles, like, his friends, his workers, his workmates, and everyone knew they had met me. Actually, we had done some dinners together, we had done some drinks together, but he had not just told the mother that he was married. I was like, I just started egging him on. I'm like, okay, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. He called the mother and told the mother that he's actually married now. Now, the mom was curious to find out, like, oh, okay, like, when did you get married? And when he mentioned it's been a year, and the mom was like, really? And you haven't made me know that you were married. So that's one thing. She was disappointed that she was only finding out after a year that the son is actually married. Second thing, he mentions that he's married to an African. The mom was like, what? Yeah, so again, she was disappointed that saying that you were married a year ago is one thing, but mentioning that you married outside of your race, that's, I guess this is where the whole drama started, because each time, like, they were on the phone, they could call each other, well, they didn't even, like, let me just mention this. Actually, they were not even very close because they didn't see each other often. They didn't call each other often. They only called each other like on special occasions. And so each time they called each other, instead of like, okay, we haven't spoken in a long time, they get into like light, nice, heartwarming kind of conversation. She would go straight into shouting at him, like, okay, saying like, oh, you were so, disobedient, you were so disrespectful, and you went and got married, and you didn't inform me. But at this point, he did explain to me that he knew this was going to happen because they were not very close. So they were not as close as such as, mother son would be normally. But yeah, so if there's any consolation, I felt like, okay, I guess I didn't get in between you, or I didn't get in between your relationship because you were not close to start with. So that's where the drama started. But then me being that person that grew up in a culture where we were family oriented, like I am close to my parents. My father is no more, but I'm close to my mother. I'm close to my siblings. So I couldn't understand why these people were having all these issues, because I felt like this should be a natural thing. I know not liking me is one thing, but going as far as not stop liking your son, that's quite another. So each time, like, he would be at work, I would just take it upon myself as a responsibility, as a responsible wife, where I would call her. And each time I called her, it wasn't just like a pretty conversation, because she would get into it and start saying how why did you accept getting married to him when he went off to Africa to get married to you? Like, why did you not say no? I'm like, lady, are you serious right now? That's the relationship with my mother-in-law. In short, it was non-existent. I grew up thinking like, okay, I am gonna get married one day, and all I want is to be very nice to my mother-in-law, and we're going to do some cooking together. We are going to be visiting. We are going to be, I was, I guess, delusional, because that's not what happened. Now things never improved, because even after we started having a family, we started having babies. Like the firstborn was born because my husband loved the mother such that he wanted to honor the mother, hoping that she'd come around. He decided that he's going to give the name as the first name to our child. And so that's what he did. When he called her that we have a baby and we named her after you, I don't know if she was really thrilled, but because she just said, she brushed it off and said, oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. And without wasting time, without hesitation, she went straight into, oh, but don't have any more babies. Okay. Like, okay, yeah, but those are your issues with your mother. But all I want is to have more babies. So we are going to have more babies. Now, this is a craziest thing, because I got pregnant again. Guess what? The baby, my second born, was born on the same date as my mother-in-law. So they shared the birthday, kind of. Yeah. Anyways, we don't celebrate birthdays, but it was just funny that this baby, my baby, decides to be born on the same day as my mother-in-law, who doesn't like me. In 2011, we decided we wanted to go try life in Africa. We relocated to Zambia, where I come from. And but first, before we actually took a leave, she heard about it and she was not happy. She called me a witch because I was taking my husband to Africa. Like, really? Do you even care? But well, I didn't say that out loud, but that's what I was thinking. Like, really? But then, to be dramatic, she started talking. She started saying, "Oh, you are taking my grandchildren to Africa, so you are kidnapping my own grandchildren." And I just thought that was funny. She said that she's going to report us to the immigration not to allow the children to go to leave Canada because we are kidnapping the grandchildren. Like, really, lady, the grandchildren that you know nothing about, you don't care about. What are you even talking about? She was up there. So, she was losing her independence. So what we did, to be nice, we decided that we are going to put her in the care home, which we did, and we set her up nicely, comfortably. She was, I guess, comfortable and happy, but then still she didn't she didn't like me. And another detail that I forgot. Remember, she found out that we were married a year after we were married. But all this time, she didn't talk to me. She didn't want to, because she showed that she didn't like me. But then the funny thing is, she would order some stuff, and each time, like, she would send me some things like to use in the kitchen. Oh, give this to Frida, and maybe Frida can use this. She would send me rings. She would send me earrings, like all the good stuff, like watches. And like, okay, you don't like me, but you're sending me presents. How does that work? Please make it make sense, please. But to some extent, I did understand that maybe partly it's just because of her age, because she's up there, right? Because I guess she died at 98. So she would have been already in her 90s, and maybe like she just had something going on that she wasn't happy about. But then when she had to take the frustration on me, because of course she didn't like me. Now, while we were in Africa, the sister sent the message or called my husband, who's the brother, that okay, my mom is not doing good because she's sick or something. And needless to say, like, not too long after that, she died. Now, I have seen women that are married to someone that's not their race, outside their race, but they still get along with their mothers-in-law or their parents-in-law. And you know what? I do admire that. I do admire that. I wish I had that, but I've come to accept it because obviously the reality was different from whatever I see. If you are that woman that's so in love with your mother-in-law, you're getting along with your mother-in-law, please take care of her, because I miss that. I never had that. I never had a chance to do that. Now, I have 2 daughters and 3 sons. I have made it a mission myself. Well, they are not yet at that age where they are getting married or anything like that. But I just think about it. I'm like, oh my goodness, I am going to be one nice old lady, because I am going to be very nice to my in-laws, my daughters-in-laws, my son-in-laws, because I never had that. So everything that I was thinking about when I was growing up, I am going to make sure that I use it to my in-laws, my daughter-in-laws, my son-in-laws, and yeah, because I just think that people should get along. My mother-in-law, on the other hand, thought that black people and white people, they have no business getting married to each other. That's what she thought. But she was so wrong, because I've been married to he's been married to me for almost 21 years. So what's the problem with that? All right, guys, we have come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and comment down below. If you are in that relationship, in that marriage where you are having a blast with your mother-in-laws, I want to hear from you. I'd be so happy for you. So please comment down below. And like me, if you are in that relationship, if you are in that marriage where you are not just getting along with your mother-in-laws, still comment down below, because I would love for some people to comfort me. I am in need of comfort. So see you guys in the next video. Bye now.